I did it, yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, hey, look at my dogs. Way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Green to bring it back. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A good running there by Jacobs on first down as he's able to take this forward for a gain of 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
He was brought down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5 now. Carr, they got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Woods, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Number 30, Phillip Lindsay.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Prescott from the gun. Airing one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
49-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 49. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw his car. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter, obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Michael Gallup, 51 yards. And the Bills will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
He was brought down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Philip Lindsay, 32 yards. And the Browns are back within a score.
Lining up for the
solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Lions on the return. The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jacob Hollister, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up second and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a first and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Prescott now from the 50. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Draw play. Ingram now. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitz.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Philip Lindsay with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
At the 35-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Buffalo.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
14. Bills 13.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
At his own 4-yard line.
Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up 2nd down. Now a carry for Lindsey. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
The ball carrier.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's got Miller. And they work this out past the 25. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
That's a game.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Prescott. Going deep for Diggs. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this will be taken at the 13. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Jacobs now. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And that is incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Philip Lindsay on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Browns 21, Bills 13.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down at the 15-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr, looking for Andrews downfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run. It's Lindsay. Down to the 25.
Number 30.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Matt Prater set to
after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. So that has 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Phillip Lindsey on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 36, Prescott. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
1st and 10.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well, so where's the line between being...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Carr now to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yes.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
1st and 10.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taken right around the 44. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run it with Jacobs. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
Josh Jacobs.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down, so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. A throw over the middle, taken in, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
First down, Buffalo.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Dancing to his left. And he just throws this one away. A smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Marquez Valdez.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
5-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And Woods has got it. Buffalo touchdown.
To Robert Woods.
Robert Woods with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills cut into that lead. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Now Carr again. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Oh, that's true. You've said that before. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Lindsey. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
The ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Scotty Miller, 59 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
On the return, the Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Carr to throw on second down. Airing it out deep for Woods. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
On the counter, Lindsey. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground against an NFL caliber defense.
Is that good?
I'd say that's fantastic. What a game for him.
It really is something. We are watching quite the effort. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. Space to maneuver at the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First down.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Down. 3rd and long.
The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Shotgun now for Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills get a bit closer.
Kicker on for the point.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Flushed out right. That's caught at the 3. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a... And
he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Phillip Lindsay, 44 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Well, there it is. After number 5, we were wondering if we would see it, and he has broken the NFL record with his 6th touchdown in this game.
Let's face it, we can go ahead and lose our objectivity here, can't we? And just applaud what we've seen. That's one of the great records in the NFL. Are you talking about this 6 touchdown runs in a game against an NFL defense? I want to run down. Let's go down there and carry him off the field ourselves. We should do that.
Get his autograph after the game. I know that much.
Don't forget, I know you. Selfie. We'll do a selfie.
Oh, yeah, we'll do a selfie. We'll do a group selfie.
There you go.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. On 1st down, Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play, you come out on offense, you try and do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
Carl try it again on second down. He's going to take another shot here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a dump off here complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
57, Mike, 57.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Check, 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 check. Hey, kill. Alert 3. They were going to 54, right here. They were going to 53.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopside? And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Touchdown, Browns.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Fielded at about the 28. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Then he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr got his man there, complete to Gallup. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down. Today's final score, Browns.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put the